Good evening. People with disabilities, their caregivers, and families in Alberta are expressing fears that an anticipated $60 million funding cut will drastically alter their lives. Now, the president of the Lloydminster Association for Community Living calls the cut severe. Kim Smith has a story about how a local company employing an individual with disabilities is showing their support has come a long way.
Danny Donald has been working at Wild Rose in Lloydminster for almost a year.
It's got an excellent atmosphere and lots of people are very helpful when I forget things.
His short-term memory problems and had difficulty acquiring employment.
It was a challenge because of my short-term memory issues and I got frustrated a lot.
Danny was hired as part of the Rotary Employment Partnership with the Association for Community Living.
I just felt that we could use somebody here in the shop to fill some of the gaps that we had. There is a labor shortage around town here, and we needed somebody in the shop to work as a laborer doing those everyday tasks.
His direct supervisor says Danny has changed over the past year.
Physically, he's a lot more able to accomplish his duties throughout the day. He's not as tired when he goes home. And he's remembering things. As he's almost a year into it now, he's finding himself that he's able to keep himself focused throughout the day, and he knows what he's supposed to do.
The president of both the Alberta and Lloydminster Associations for Community Living says changes to how the government finances services for Albertans with disabilities could potentially impact somebody's ability to be part of the community.
That just is really a regressive step when we look at how far Albertans with developmental disabilities have come in terms of their ability to lead regular, typical lives in the community. So we would hate to see initiatives like the Rotary Employment Partnership have to scale back because it's been a very progressive initiative throughout Alberta.
Acton says she applauds the Alberta government's interest in having persons with disabilities leading more inclusive lives, but she says that interest needs to be backed up with funds.
This minister's made some very progressive statements in terms of what he would like to see happen. We very much support what he's doing, but he needs resources and the dollars need to remain in the community. As
for Danny, he says working for Wild Rose has changed his life.
Whenever I have a not so great morning, by the end of my day I'm happy again because everybody cheered me up again.
He laughs a lot and he likes to tell jokes and hear jokes, and he's always in a good mood, which keeps everybody around here smiling and happy all day long.
Kim Smith, Newcap News.
It was quite the shock for a Border City resident. She awoke to seeing her vehicle propped up on cement blocks. Now it appears they were targeting her tires. Barb Hadiasic takes a look at what thieves are doing and how you can protect your property.
She didn't want to go on camera, but this is a picture a viewer sent to us on our Facebook page. Her SUV tires and rims were stolen, and the vehicle was put on concrete blocks. It all happened in her driveway. Dale Atkinson has seen this before. He says the tools the thieves use are similar to what they have in the shop.
Thing you can do, there's a lot of tools now that they have where you can just, even with the locking nuts, just take the lug nuts right off the car.
And it's a trend that police see this time every year.
We always have a problem with theft of vehicles, theft from vehicles. And as the weather gets warmer, more people are out and about in the night. And yes, the increase does happen a bit in the spring.
Atkinson says extra locks on your rims may help, but it's not always foolproof.
Put locking nuts on your vehicle, but it would basically just slow them down. It wouldn't stop them. You could put multiple lock nuts on if you really wanted to, but they're still going to get them if they really want them.
Now, while a set like this can run you anywhere up to thousands of dollars, a representative at Sound Obsession says it's not just rims and tires that are being targeted.
I've had people come in with rims and tires completely stolen off of Corvettes, and I've actually had customers come in with aftermarket hoods stolen completely.
Cassandra Henderson has seen her share of theft stories. She says car alarm system technology may be your best defense.
We have a tilt sensor which will allow for if the vehicle is being jacked up for the rims and tires to be stolen. If the vehicle's angle changes by more than 3 degrees, the alarm will actually sound, as well as we have glass break sensors, so if someone's breaking a window, the alarm will go off there as well.
Other than investing in car alarms, police say you should keep your car in a garage whenever you can. If you are a victim of such a theft, you should take plenty of pictures and report it immediately. Bart Pediasic, Newcap News.
Multiple sclerosis affects millions of people worldwide and can be a debilitating disease, but a local St. Paul MS patient is doing her part to raise money for research and the Lakeland Society. As Clayton Brown explains, Gail Plouffe is spearheading a motorcycle tour fundraiser and hopes to surpass her goal of $10,000.
It was 11 years ago when Gail Plouffe was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis, and this year she decided to step up her fight against the disease.
I wanted to raise $10,000 just to push myself to do that this year to end MS. There's so much research happening right now, and I want to be in part of that as well.
Plouffe is organizing a motorcycle poker rally which will tour the entire Lakeland, stopping in Glendon, Bonnyville, Cold Lake, and Elk Point before returning to St. Paul for a barbecue and jamboree.
When you register at 10, you start at 11, you're probably going to be back around, I'd say 5:30. So it's going to be a nice, long, scenic tour.
Plouffe has actually already reached $10,000 and is now hoping to add whatever she can to her total to end MS. But by meeting her goal, she also gets to join a walk in San Francisco.
I'll walk with Team Canada there and get to see how they do theirs and meet people with MS from that part of the area. It's a good feeling to be part of something like that. You're doing such an enormous thing to help people, and to be part of that is amazing.
The motorcycle tour will take place on June 2nd. In St. Paul, Clayton Brown, Newcap News.
Border City residents will soon be able to have another way to beat the summer heat at Bud Miller Park. Now this week, construction resumed on a new spray park. Kyle Gallagher has more.
Right now, it's just a collection of cement, dirt, and pipes, but in a few months, people of all ages will have a place to cool off on those hot summer days.
An outdoor water feature is important to the park, and it's important to the people that use the park, and it's our commitment to the people to make sure that this park is usable for everyone.
Construction is already about 55% complete on the new spray park, and officials are hoping the project will be ready to go by late summer. A plaza is also being built alongside the water attraction.
There's a commemorative plaza as well for people to put plaques up, things like Relay for Life and other activities that happen here in the park.
This is all just phase one of the three-phase development of Bud Miller Park. The $8 million project is expected to take between 3 and 5 years to complete.
Complete redevelopment. There's some work on the amphitheater, just general redevelopment. There's pathways, a bunch of stuff that was identified in a program that we did a couple of years ago.
And for those that frequently use Bud Miller, not to worry. The construction shouldn't have any effect on the rest of the park.
Everything is business as usual except for right in front of the park center here where the construction's going on. This is going to be a wonderful facility when it's done, and a lot of people will enjoy this when it's completed. So.
Kyle Gallagher, Newcap News.